Alright guys, what is up? I am TheyComing and welcome to the stream today, boys and nerds, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? Everyone's having a fantastic weekend. I know I have. Had a birthday party to attend for my buddy Deeg Dag, if you know him on Twitch. We were streaming Squad Busters together last year, and he's one of my very good friends, IRL that is. And he had his birthday, so his mother hosted a pool party actually, and a lot of his family came in town. A lot of our friends all went down to see him, and yeah, huge fun. Lots of food, lots of drink, lots of pool, good stuff. So we were hanging out. I left his place around midnight last night, got home and crashed pretty hard, and here we are today. So we're going to be continuing our Legends set and finishing that off. We have just about half of it left. 16 out of 14 out of 30 attacks remaining here. So we actually have a little bit more than half of the set to do. But that's the plan. I am considering strongly whether or not it's a good idea to perhaps take a second revive and try to revive the Duke twice. Or if sticking with the double rage scenario so I can rage the queen twice is the strongest option. I'm not sure. But I might end up making that modification during the stream today. The other thing to consider here as well is we could be going for all dragons instead of trying to do the Dragon Rider and the Inferno Dragon stuff. It would simplify the army a little bit. Take away some of the variables, like if I have to fight into sweepers, it's not going to completely destroy my Inferno Dragons and their efficiency. The dragons can still get up to a target, attack once, and then get pushed back without losing DPS. So that's something to consider. And if we do that, I'm not sure how many dragons we would be able to take. I'm looking at least 7. And then you add 5 times 15. So maybe we'd have like 10 or 11 dragons, which seems like an interesting number. So yeah. Hey, you don't have Invis spell for Queen Charge. I don't, yeah. I just have a single freeze. I could be dropping one of the rages to include Invis spells. But I guess my general plan for this is trying to put the queen in on a corner, create a cut with her charge. So I have the 2 wall breakers, one to get her in the first corner, and then pick her up and redrop her. I believe the best success that I had was dropping on her from one corner to an adjacent corner rather than the opposite corner. So instead of dropping her at 6 and then redropping her at 12 directly on top, picking either 3 or 9 to drop her, basically to ensure that both sides of a dragon funnel are created, and then flying the Dragon Duke either at the queen or away from the queen so that his revive position is not going to be with the pack of dragons and dragon riders. We're learning to finesse this for sure. Queen charging still feels precarious. You cannot take your eyes off of your queen for very long. And so the set does not feel as stable or strong as, you know, dragons and dragon rider spam with queen jetpack EQ combination, or queen giant arrow jetpack combination with EQs. I definitely feel like this is a little bit more surgical in the sense that you do need to actually focus on your queen and attempt to keep the queen up. And that's that. So yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get my first CC request out here, see if we got some buddies online. And got ice cold Dr. Pepper to drink today. So that's what's going on there. Guys, update drop. I think it's coming tomorrow. I mean, they've given the sneak peeks. Does that mean that update day is tomorrow? I think. I'm not sure. Hold on, where was this schedule? Wasn't it up top here? Didn't they have the schedule? Or did they move it? Bruh. Am I trolling? tournament hub. I don't see the schedule. I kind of wish that we could still see that schedule there. Are you going to do attacks with the Town Hall 13 account? No, probably will not. Excited about the hero journey. Oh my gosh, yes, guys. If you haven't seen the material that it's been put out by like Judo Sloth, BD Legend, those are two really great guys to follow for this stuff. You will be getting some really nice legacy progression if you've been playing for a while across all of your accounts. Based on how far in the game you've progressed, how leveled your heroes are specifically. And it creates a really good incentive to level the heroes beyond, okay, the heroes get more powerful. You do get ore and skins in addition to loot. And I think there's even Book of Heroes that are included on the hero journey track. So keep that in mind. There's some really good stuff for equipment that should be dropping in the game very soon. I believe tomorrow. I mean, we just got the sneak peek, so usually it's like either a day or two after the sneak peeks that we end up getting the update. We'll have to see how they roll it out. Crossing our fingers for no game-breaking bugs. So yeah. Let's go ahead and get it. We got our army. Let's finish the set. Let's get it done-zy. All right, 16 hits. All right, queen goes down. Rage, break, get value, recall. Redrop the queen. Rage, break. Take eyes off queen. And then we can drop our dragons. Inferno dragons. Let's go. Interesting. I want to say we 1-star failed this yesterday because we thought that we were going to be able to wrap back around this way, and that logger actually ended our career. But let's see. What am I seeing with this? If I break her in here, is she going to be able to go get that air defense without being a goofus? Hopefully. All right. Get one loon in there, see if we can trip a black mine maybe. We do get a Tesla out. And we can rage her now. It's looking okay. We want to take the air defense for sure. And our healers are out of range, which is good. Looking for the redrop location. All right, I'm going to pick her up. Just time, right? We need to be careful about time with this army. And then we're going to come in like this. Okay. I'm going to totem once here. Then we're going to start using our tome now. Daddy Duke can come like this. Get a sweeper. Head to the top side. All right, we got that happening. Let's go ahead and drop you. Queen's still cooking on the outside. If he just takes that, I'm not mad about that situation. What I am kind of worried about is this. So let's see if we can push through the core, and we'll totem once over here like this. And go ahead and get this going here. Do this. Go over here like this. Break over here. Are we going to be able to get the town hall? That would be really awesome, right? Get that. We're in trouble. Our queen is like completely wrecked, and we didn't get any use of our rage, did we? That was what we're gonna do is drop our last baby and then look to freeze this. just to ensure we can get it down. Unfortunately, we do fall short. I don't see anything to really do other than, guess maybe fly some minions in with a rage spell, see if we can perhaps do something. But the reality is, as soon as we get in there, scatter shot's gonna murder us. So we'll just do this. Yeah, we lose. GG's. Okay, so we didn't get use of our second rage for that base, which was unfortunate, right? And we also walked our queen past a location that we overgrowthed, which ended up being a problem. So what do we do differently? I don't know. Exchange the rage for another. Okay, here's my first plan. This is what I was talking about a minute ago. I'm going to put the overgrowth here, and I'm going to go for 2 revives, so I can potentially revive my Duke twice. I'll rage the queen once. Wherever I put her, I need to believe in her and her giant carrying her through the rest. This is my note for a pivot here. Okay. Epic equipment is in there as well. Yeah, oh my gosh. There's so much about the update that is just excellent quality of life changes. Like the fact that you're going to be able to get a bunch of free epic equipment that's pre-leveled is insane. Like, I know that level 15 isn't like the lion's share of the upgrade process. The most ore you spend is in like the last 9 levels, right? But still, you get it at level 15. That means that as a Town Hall 13, you're only 3 levels away from max. But that might also scale with your Town Hall, so that might not actually get, if you're Town Hall 13, you may not get level 15 epics. It'll be interesting to see. Nonetheless, very excited to see how they've crafted that. All right, so let's try the double revive. So we have 2 revives for our Daddy Duke. We cannot charge around a logger with the queen because he will kill our healers. We've done it before. It is scary, and it sucks. All right. I feel like we kind of have to be somewhat risky around this section, no matter what. So let's put you here. This here, get a baby dragon right there to help her. Okay. You have a rage for her now. She's going to go to ability, and she dies. Queen's back. Well, when you make those kind of mistakes, I guess that's one way that you're able to pivot. Here is a poison spell for the headhunters. Let's make sure that we at least kill. Oh, God. Or we just flat fail so hard. Well, we're in serious trouble now. 2 sweepers, a baby dragon here. Toss you over here. Like this. Yeah, we're in serious trouble. Tome now. Duke is down. I'm going to overgrowth right there just to see if this is helpful. Revive you. Is the logger going to die? Thank you, sir. You have to freeze that. That sucks. So bad. Okay, I guess we play those things up there. Man, our queen got no value at all. That's the ultra tragic part about it. You have to do that there, I guess. It is kind of a question mark about how that opener went. I got oh so wrecked. I was trying to ensure that I was going to get value from the charge even after she died once, and we got nothing for it. So like I could drop wall breakers, but they're not going to get anything. And we did some damage there, but we didn't get another percentage point. And if we drop the healers, the raid's over. I love how it won't just let the raid end because the healers are floating in the air. Oh my god. Okay, well, this is going not any better than Friday. I just don't know, man. I love how it functions in war so far. But as you can see, it seems a little bit more finicky whether or not you can just like force it on every base that you come against. I see that. I see the ground bow here. So we could try to force the queen to the right. She's not going to be able to touch this unless I break her, which could be a tough break anyway because there's a lot of garbage. Okay, queen goes down here. Okay. Get that gold mine and we should be okay about the corner. At least I think. Alright, we need to rage here. Alright, queen, get the bow and don't just continue to walk away from everything. Like, that would be amazing if you actually did something that was going to help us. Now she's going to reverse course, won't she? Okay, I guess we're breaking here. Okay. Well, we're in it. We lost a healer. Queen should be okay, right? Oh, wow. Let's turn him around and kill him. And at this point, we're kind of flirting with somewhat of a disaster. So I'm just going to send you here. Get that down. Okay, and then I think we can even go for here, 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 here. Queen's gonna die. I should have picked her up. Unfortunate. All right, let's get a couple minions onto the town hall so we don't. I'm going to drop you over there now. And then we will go like this. Revive once. The minions are taking stuff down, right? Like, this wasn't just a totally stupid move. We're gonna get ready to freeze. Did we still triple it? Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Ah! Okay, sure. We got it. Honestly, okay. The second revive, I think, came in pretty clutch. I wasn't mad at that at all. I did lose the queen. I could have picked her up, which would have made it even more of an overkill. But I was also trying to think about, okay, I need to get the dragons moving because I was really like flirting with a time fail there. Luckily, the Duke got a ton of value by clearing out the town hall compartment. He did get forced to ability, which sent him across the base, but that's why I had the 3 minions to snipe the town hall out. Those minions actually what prevented a 99% time fail. If I had not put the minions there, we would have lost. But not too bad. Watch this again. Let's see. If the queen gets picked up, I would have redropped her like down here, right? And she would have made her way into the backside AD. Did not anticipate her reversing course there, which kind of threw me for a loop. Unfortunately, Giant comes out, so we go ahead and take the opportunity to kill the logger, which frees up the Duke to take the town hall. Okay. And then the pathing isn't like amazing because we're fighting a sweeper. But we have enough force that we just kind of brute our way through the backside, and that freeze catching the scatter and the revenge tower was clutch too. Having the one freeze available. All right, I don't see anyone else online. I'm going to fill my CC. And we're going to attack again. Brianna says, the game is dead, dude. Bro, then why are you watching it? Get out of my face. All right, so let's see. What do we get? What do we get? This is really good for this strategy. The problem is now I only have the 1 rage instead of 2. But I have the 2 revives. So let's see if we put the queen here. The CC should get lured soon, right? Here it comes. All right, there is a furnace. But our queen should absorb the furnace pretty nicely here. And we're going to go right into his revenge tower. And his defending prince. I'm looking for my entry point for dragons. I see where I'm going to fly my Duke. But it's a good idea just to go ahead and try to get this out of the way. If I can get that spitter down, it's going to help me with pathing. And we're coming right up on that 2-minute mark, which is going to help. Can we get it, or do we need to get out? We need to get out, unfortunately. We need to get out now. We'll go up here. Duke is going to come across like this. Dragons and dragon riders come like this. And we're in. Can break here. Baby dragon over there. Okay. Go ahead and pop that. Get the giant out. Start doing things. Totem there. If we can trip that rage tower with the Duke, that would be amazing. It's beautiful. Actually gorgeous. Because then watch this. Duke comes back alive. Totem once over the AD. And this is completely wrecked, right? Baby dragon there. This is just smoked. Look how many troops are up. I still have an extra revive that I could use. I'm going to break there. Before the... Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Pum. And look at the orb. Oh, man. Good stuff. Really good stuff. All the heroes looking super healthy. On that hit, we swag the revive. We swag a totem. Looking good. GG's, GG's. All right, let's request again. Looking solid. Man, update tomorrow is actually going to be crazy. And one thing that I really like about the update material, it's not the new troop, it's not the new spell. I think the spell makes the game more interesting. I don't think the Rune Witch really makes the game that interesting. I think it's going to promote more spam, if I'm being real. People are going to figure out some spammy composition and try to break the game with a troop that spawns stuff, you know? And I know that there's a limit to how many things it can spawn, so it's not like unlimited spawn tanks. But I can see Super Witches and Rune Witches being incredibly powerful together. See what Leans does. A little Dookie Duke charge with the Spirit Fox. Going in. He's going to lose the Fox unless he's tight with that Invis. He's not. He's going to lose the Fox. So he's forced to Invis here. Okay. Invis there. Redirect. Very good. Interesting. Is he going to go for the scatter? Oh, man. That's actually really great. Oh, but the missed Invis. Brutal. Could have certainly got this, got to the Inferno, I think, if that Invis doesn't miss, which would have been insane for troop pathing. Queen Arrow hits one of the two remaining ADs. Queen's going to go down pretty quickly here. That Archer Tower over there is brutal. And the dragons are sent right in between all of it. It's unfortunate that this isn't down, right? No more rocket loons to help secure the multi-archer tower, but I think it does take. Nice. The poison is down over two of the defending heroes. The logger, however, that's a problem. Now, I love this overgrowth over here. He's seeing that he can sort of press one side of the dragons back into the other side of the dragons. So squeezing the dragon pathing a little bit to force everything to go a certain direction. Solid play. I love that this Ice Hound is tanking the logger, because the logger's even turned around and he's wait, he ended up toteming twice for the logger right there. That's interesting. I think he's still got it though. I mean, looks like he has a lot in the air. The Duke is going to come over. He's still got another revive spell. Wait a minute. How did he get pushed back? Hold on a second. I thought he knocked the sweeper out. Did the sweeper fire from the grave? Hold on. Maybe my eyes just totally deceived me there. I have to see this sweeper fire for the last time. Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Okay. Okay, I have to see how this sweeper did what it did here. I'm a little surprised. And we'll see the Duke revive, and we'll see it all come down. Okay, Duke comes up, gets sent to the outside. Oh, it fired right before it went down. Not what I was expecting. Huh. Interesting. Is that like a frame perfect interaction? Sleeper fired just before the final Electrofang strike. Lean's going again. I'm going to go and do one of my ranked hits. We need to keep the pace up with our own attacking. Let's go. All right, so he's got sweepers that are pointed at the town hall. This bottom side is loaded with a lot of heavy stuff. I think if we tried to charge our queen at his Monolith, that'd put us in a decent position. And then we could try to send the dragons counterclockwise. Okay. Queen's gonna go right here. See what happens to her here. Okay, we need to rage our queen, or she's gonna die. Well, we lost our giant a little earlier than we would have liked. I don't like that Tesla came out, because we're gonna walk past his Monolith now. Aye, bruh. We gotta do this. We're gonna save our queen. Okay. Let's do that. Now the plan is to redrop her. What the hell? You have got to be kidding me, man. Are we real right now? Game. Are you... Sure. Do this. We have a revive for the Duke. We're gonna wait for the rage to dissipate over there, because we're in trouble. Revive him now. We're just in so much trouble with this. I think we freeze here. We revive. We totem. We have to pray for a town hall. We just have to pray for the town hall. Can we not get it? Town hall, please, boys. Okay. Well, we averted an absolute fiasco. Okay. I cannot believe that she started chasing air skellies. That couldn't have been the closest thing to her, right? Hold on a second. This makes me so mad. Hold on. Okay, so the Tesla pops out. She doesn't go directly in. She skips the mono. I recall her specifically to go directly in for the mono, and guess what happens? Air skellies. I guess it was like... barely closer. This air skeletons were barely closer to the queen. That was almost like... I was thinking Warden is noob, but damn. No, there's a reason for this. The air skeletons were in fact closer to her. She could see them. You look at the geometry there, right? You can draw a straight line. And I paused it after I saw the queen drop. So the air skeletons were probably just barely closer to her than that monolith. She chased the butterfly. And then I burned a spell that I realistically could not afford to burn at that point. All right, request again. I'm doing my best to make this work reliably. I just don't see it being a Legend League strat. The biggest difference between Legend League and War, let's remove the idea that there are attack like battle modifiers, right? Forget about the modifiers. You get to look at a war base and massage your army based on what you scout. In this, I can't change my army right now. So if I decided, I don't need wall breakers, or I need more this or that, or I could use one of these spells instead of this, I can't make that choice when you hit attack in Legend League. In ranked battles, period. Okay, so it would be cool to disarm. Okay. I'm gonna baby dragon to see if I can get her to go to the left. One balloon. We probably need to rage soon. Yeah. Rage now. She's going in towards the revenge too, which I'm totally down with. Like, I would really like her to handle the revenge tower here. Amazing. And even if she hits this other AD, I think that would just be the icing on the cake. Big damage, but recovery. Okay, we're going to get her out as soon as she steps up. One, get her out now. Cool. And then we're dropping her right over here after a break. Another balloon. We'll go dragons in front of dragons in the center. And we're going to go try to get that sweeper like this. I think we got it. We did. Okay, we're going to do that. Where's his guardian? I don't even see it. Did we kill it already? Cool. I'm going to get you up. See if he'll take that out. Do this once. Do this here. Okay. Are we vibing here or what? Can't tell. We need to be able to totem, like here. Okay. Okay, we have the Duke. Duke can Duke. I think he's duking. We need to be able to keep our queen alive, though. So we can't allow a queen to die to some of this stuff. We're going to do this. I'll come in the backside with one balloon, and this is wrecked. Nicely done. We get it. Okay. And we have another revive and another freeze. GG. Found the crack on that one. All right. Legends are tough, man. Yeah, dude, Legends is tough. Legends is tough. I like it, though. I like the increased difficulty. I'm mad that they don't just put us in the same modifier as Legends 1. Like, say they don't want to give Legends 2 8 daily attacks, at least give me the same modifier. Like, I don't understand the need to, like, stair-step people with the difficulty. I'm not interested in that. Like, that's what Electro leagues were. The Electro Dragon leagues were. We're sort of stepping you up to the legend, and now that you are in legend, it's like, no, there's difficulty increases here now, and it's like, right, sure. So if you're in Legend 2 or Legend 3, you're not really in Legend League. That's what it feels like. Request. All right, so we got 10 more hits. Looking good. So we've tripled, since we started today, I think we've tripled twice out of 5 hits or 6 hits. Twice out of 6 hits. Let's see what happens here. 3 is under attack. Okay, he's spamming the dragons with the Queen and the Duke to funnel one side. Does have an overgrowth. Does have 1 revive. He has 3 totems. You know, it's interesting that his queen is stepped all the way in the way she has, because she's going to go around and be able to assist with this dragon funnel, but she needs to move faster than these dragons are moving right now. Otherwise, her presence over there is not going to really do a hell of a whole lot. Decides to freeze Monsieur Longshot. Longshot is just nowhere near as good as the Logger. I mean, look, Logger would be just wrecking these dragons one by one. This looks smoked, though. He's still got an overgrowth that he could put down if he really felt like it. Or he could just coast to the end of this. Looks like he's going to be coasting to the end. Queen finally eats rocks. And yeah, GG to Mr. Senese. All right, let's keep it up with our push. Here we go. Okay. The only thing I don't like about this is if I want to go into that compartment, I have to go add a fire spitter, which for the most part is not a good idea. What we could do, however, is try to get part of the fire spitter, part of this taken care of, and then recall her and put her like here. So we'll do that. Okay. We want her to get to the scatter. What I don't want to start taking is like a ton of spitter damage, like wrecking my healers. If I can avoid that, I will. Queen versus queen. Queen's hanging in there. She's still healing. We're not in a terrible spot, but we need to get out. We'll get out now. I'll come over here like this, I think. And then I'm going to fly Daddy Duke like this. Missed the sweeper over there. Unfortunate. But now what I'm seeing is one over here. I'm trying to put him down. We protect queen once. Oh man, my Duke got separated, or excuse me, my Prince got separated. Now we're in a little bit of trouble here. Do I have to go like this? We do have wall breakers that we can use to break our queen. Okay. Can we get him in there though? That's the question. Did they make it to a target at all? Like what is my life right now? Town hall, please. We need the town hall. Okay. We eked that out barely. I can't really send loons to that. I could send them here maybe. They're not going to get damage though. Yeah, it's not good enough. Then over here, guess we do that. All right, we eke out the 2. But it's not going to be enough to get the 3. 80%. Think, yeah, 80% is where we leave it. Unfortunate. Wall breaks did not assist my queen whatsoever. Also, my placement for the dragons was bad. I think I put them too wide, and my heroes just kind of like, my warden and my prince went 2 different directions. So when I popped the warden ability, I thought I was looking at the prince and covered like half of what I put down instead of all of it, which sucks. I guess the better idea would have been to stick to a more simple format, like where I put the queen down. I should have dropped her further. I should have put her down on the other side and stuck with like the dragons like at 8, 9 o'clock and sent them clockwise. Probably would have been better for them. But I also didn't want to push my queen any harder for that final Inferno Tower that was at like 7, 8 o'clock. I didn't want the healers to take too much incidental damage from the spitter. All right, let's go. Question is, do you think we could force her in to go after the revenge? I think we should try. Sack the baby dragon for the funnel. She's gonna miss, right? Does she see the... She saw it first. That's huge, actually. Okay. We can't let the logger throw a log at us. We gotta get her out. Can't take any more damage there. We can go here now, though. Right? Because now she's on the outside. Daddy Duke can go like this. 2 ADs. I like those vibes. Put you there, and then we'll go like this beside where the queen was. Tome now. I don't see where the CC is. Okay. If the queen's right there, I'm not gonna overgrowth that. I don't see what the CC is yet. Okay. We're all right. I'm gonna overgrowth here. We still have our revive. Duke up now. Because he's about to go down. Okay. I'm going to freeze right here. We're fine. Still have a few loons. Also okay. All right, we got it. You're hoping to get your 16 into Legends. I'm at Dragon 28 right now. Mods, it's going to be tough. You're going to have a hard time defending. Like, it's going to be a luck of the draw, and you have to be perfect on offense, period. Like, that's a no wiggle room for error kind of, like, dream. To make it into Legends as a 16 these days, you have to be perfect. You have to be a perfect player. And you're going to be hitting up 2 town halls constantly, you know? So good luck to you, but reality is that, yeah. Breaking Bad, what are they looking like? Ooh, their hit rate. What happened? Ooh. 2 1-stars? Straight away? I mean, how bad were the ones? Like what? 98 and 8. Oh, that's a heartbreaker, bro. That's a heartbreaker, a 98. Let's hit our friend up. Got him Dunsey. Thank you from little bits and pieces. All right, let's go. All right, I see his sweepers pointed up. He's got poison towers. It's an interesting choice. I think I want to charge at his prince. Try to get his revenge tower out. I think that'd be cool. Let's rage here. Did get an amazing break, like very good wall break. We need to do this here because we're going to be in trouble if we don't. Healers will end up taking a ton of damage, but as long as we can get down the scatter in a timely fashion and not go to giant yet, we might be in an okay spot. We need to get her out now. Yeah, let's leave her now. Cool. She's out. Let's now bring her over here, like this. Dragon Town like this. Duke Town like that. Got the other air defense, cool. Baby Dragon Town like that. It's a weird wall breaker. It was a weird time to tome, but you know, stuff, reasons. Alright, there's his clan castle. I'm gonna poison this guy. Totem you as well. Pick you up. Go like this. We're doing okay, I think. Still have another revive. Duke is healing, right? Then here's this. We're going to freeze once. Use that. And it's wrecked. GG's. Got it Dunsey. Nice little queen charge for a corner. You saying unique Dragon Rider army? Yeah, it's fun, man. I've definitely been beating my head against the wall, trying to get better with the Monolith arrow. And I'll be giving my because by the end of this set, I will have completed 2 full legend sets in Legend 2 with the Monolith arrow. Last week I played with it at level 24. This week I played with it at level 27. I actually did max it out. I can't tell you that there's a massive difference between level 24 and level 27, but what I can say is that my impression, it was generally the same after this week's impression is probably going to be about the same as it was last week. And then, you know, next week I'll probably move on to, you know, not using Monolith Arrow, probably looking for some different kind of combination to give a whirl. But we're not doing particularly well, right? Like we haven't tripled a ton And if we drop to Legend 3, it's because the Monolith Arrow is just not a very flexible piece of equipment. We cannot charge here. Logger will wreck our life. We can charge at the mono. Queen's okay, right? Okay. I was really trying to hold that ability. I did not want to burn her ability soon. She's going to go now. We'll eat crow on that one. I don't like that. All right, we need to rage now. I hate that Expo is targeting my healers for the second time, dude. Like, give me a break, game. It's still targeting. You have to get her out. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me, game. Oh my gosh. That makes me so sad. Alright, we have to fight this way. We cannot risk the 1-star. Sweeper, I missed it. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, nerds! But appreciate the queen not dying instantly. She died anyway. Can't do anything to save this here. Scatter has to just go down naturally. Can do that there, but there's nothing more for me to take, right? Like that we can sneak. That's all that we can get, though. Man, that sucks. That sucks so bad. I was trying to play for that corner. Queen goes down. Recall doesn't actually get to reposition her. And that is the way the cookie crumbles. You want... The thing is like, I really want to play it, take it to the limit with this queen. And, like, trust that a rage spell plus her damage mitigation is going to help her. But, man, it still feels like you really can't do that. The equipment doesn't make her invincible. Balanced, right? I can't say that I think this makes me want to change my preferred strategies. We're going to have to walk beside a Monolith, which is going to be a pain. But, I mean, we have to make a move. Do this. Baby Dragon did just enough damage there. Good. She's in. We need to go ahead and rage in just a moment. Right about now. Okay. She's going to go to ability. I'm going to pop it just to do it. As long as we get that down, we can ask her to leave. We'll lose one healer, but I think this is worth it now. We'll go like this. I don't like that. We will go here. Your job is like this. I'm gonna do that. All my healers getting smoked is a bad day. I don't like that all my Inferno Dragons just got noped out so hard. Alright, but we have this. Totem once. Still have the poison. Do we get value for this or no? Are we just like... Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't like that Revenge Tower just instantly destroys all that stuff. Man, the queen dies so quickly here. Man, it got close, dude. It's just not quite close enough. My revives onto my Duke netted me almost nothing. 94. It's closer to 100, but it's not quite 100. It's not quite 100. Oh my gosh. How many more attacks? 5 more. Guys, I'm going to wait for my CC to get filled, but I am going to quickly take a 2-minute bathroom break. When we get back, we'll finish up with the 5 attacks. Probably pop off my war attacks right after that. But this is just to demonstrate that we'll see what our ending score is, right? Because we'll be able to compare tomorrow when the next time that I'm live. We'll be able to see if I improved with the strategy or if I went about the same. And if I went about the same, I'm going to feel pretty disappointed just because I feel like having done, an extra 200 hits with the equipment should mean that I'm a little bit better using it. So if I'm unable to improve my Legend League score from last week to this week, I'm going to feel a little disappointed. I'm hesitant to say that things should be buffed. I think it might benefit from something. A little something. I know that not all equipment is supposed to be, smash your face against the iPad and receive 3-star. But I also think that the equipment that is like that perhaps is too strong, and this maybe is not quite strong enough. Hot take. I don't know. You'll have to let me know what you think. But give me just a minute, guys. 2-minute timer is going to appear on your screen. When it counts 0, I will resume. I encourage you to take a lap around your house, get something to eat or drink, or you can use the bathroom like I'm about to do, but don't go anywhere. I will be right back. All right, guys, we're back. We're back. Before you ask, yes, I washed my hands. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. Gonna finish our legend set, give our final impressions of the Monolith Arrow, and then probably explore other strategies next week, other compositions. Maybe do a little bit of leveling on some other equipment. I know the Electrofangs is something that I played when it was boosted, but have not played it since. And I am 6 levels from level 18, so that might be an interesting thing to do. But also, if I wait until tomorrow to see if I get some automatic progression, that would be sick. Really sick if I got 3 free levels, save some ore. So yeah, I'm not going to level anything until after tomorrow, just to see what happens with the update. But let's go ahead and continue our business, continue our trek, our journey into the land of the Monolith Arrow. Let's go. All right, so again, another open layout. I think we attacked the same thing last time, and we just went right down on this side. We attacked a very similar layout, and we redropped the Queen to 12. We dropped the Dragon Riders over here. They wrapped like this. We overgrowth that Rage compartment. We used our Dragon Duke across to get both these one air defense and a sweeper. And then he went that way. So we're going to go with the same plan. Early lure on the CC. I'm gonna poison this time and see if we can baby dragon for his witch. Okay. Okay. Well, we didn't rage where we wanted to rage. We did something slightly differently that time. I'm gonna freeze this just so we can take the Revenge Tower down. And then tap his Prince. And then she should move to the left. Now, we haven't gone as fast as the last time we attacked this base. So we should probably look to get out as soon as we get this structure. We'll redrop up here just like last time. And we go in with our stuff here. Cool. We'll break here. Pop Queen's ability. And Tome now. Totem. Okay. It's going decent, as far as I can tell. It's weird that our Prince is so far behind. We're going to do that now. I'm going to revive you immediately. Totem once. Get our minions down to clean up. Okay. We still have our minion Prince ability, which we can use in just a moment. Now, Totem here. Just because. With 30 seconds left, we got plenty of time. GG's. All right, so we did good work to that base. We've seen the layout twice. Both times we tripled it pretty easily. This is a style of a layout that this strategy tends to work, right? If there's a big ring of garbage that is just open, and you don't have to really stress too hard about getting a wall break to force a queen into a compartment, the strategy seems to work just work better. You can create a good cut on the bottom with the queen. You can create a good cut on the top with the queen. Dragon Riders have a nice path to kind of move clockwise and then sweep across the core. I did it 3 times in CWL and tripled all 3 times. And that's definitely a style of base the Monolith arrow seems to more easily triple, right? You can excel versus that kind of base. So if you're looking at a war base and you notice this, right? Let's just go and peep the base. There's a lot of stuff on the outside that's just like, come attack me, right? Anything where there's like, you know, a lot of exposed stuff that you can just walk out without worrying about, is she going to skip a wall break? Do I have to stress about funneling her into a break? No, there was no stress about funneling the queen at all here. It was just put the queen down, get her working, clear out, you know, make a cut in this ring, so then your dragons go across the core here. It was a little bit concerning that the prince dipped backwards to go get some garbage, but it's all gravy. We still made some good stuff happen there. We put the overgrowth in exactly the same spot as we did on the first raid, crushing 3-star. GG's. 4 more hits. Let's do it. All right. Now what I see here is a sweeper. Got to be careful about the lava launcher. It's not leveled up that much, so maybe we don't need to stress too hard. Would like the queen to go in there, but I'm also looking at that air defense like, huh. Okay, let's see what happens when we put the queen right here. Baby dragon once. I'm going to break right there and just see, like, if she wants to go up, she can. If she doesn't, she doesn't. She does. Okay? We can look to rage in just a moment, like now. Healers. Rip. Breeze here. Try to give my queens some love back. And we need to get her out. We need to be able to save the queen charge. Okay. Well, that's something. I think queen goes right here. We no longer have the giant, which sucks. But we're doing our thing. I'm going to do this. If I could save queen, and she's not going to get saved. Poison you. Totem you. I'm throwing this here. Overgrowth. I want to put down the overgrowth. But I also want to get that rage. I want the rage tower to trigger first. Let's get a baby dragon down here to get percentage. Ready for the overgrowth. Do it now. We'll leave the expo up. We will go ahead and revive him. Totem that there. Minion over here. He's not going for the air defense, which is really angering me. Like, bro, come on. Get the town hall, please, ladies. Okay. They did get it. We won't even get in there. I suppose I could have sent loons to make an attempt on the air defense, but I think the revenge tower would have still destroyed them regardless. I'll break just to say we did. Or not. And pick up 81. Man. Man. That queen getting wrecked the way she did, unfortunate. Would have given me a lot more teeth on the top side of the base. Would have helped out with the top side funnel. Made it a little bit more comfortable. Because the idea would have been, let the queen trip the top side rage section. Overgrowth that. And then she starts walking past it and clears that air defense that the Duke actually just derped out and walked right past. Unfortunate situation with the Duke there. I'm not sure that, I mean, If the queen was up, I think we had a much stronger shot of tripling. But it's going to be what it's going to be. Let's see. We're at 1139 cups. I have no idea how good or bad that is right now. I haven't looked at the leaderboard yet. But we're stacked. Let's go and do it. All right, this base. This town hall over here with the double sweepers is annoying as all get out to deal with. Let me just put it that way. I think this... Okay, queen's gonna do this right here. One Tesloon in there. Okay. Put a baby here. Okay. Just let her cut and see how she wants to drive. Maybe I can target that wall. Yeah, right there. See if we get it. Okay. She's here. Let's rage her. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. The damn, dude. Okay, so she's in. She gets the mono. We can let her maybe get the scatter shot, but then we need to get out of there. If the healers start getting shot, we have to dip sooner. Scatter, get the scatter, get the scatter. We need the scatter. Thank you, sir. Ma'am. Dip. And then we can actually... I want to say we should just go out here like this. And then with the dragons, we go like this. Then put him once. Okay, queen's doing her stuff. Kill him now. What's the CC? I can't even see it. Do this, do this. Get the Duke back. I'm gonna do this. So the queen will just ignore some stuff. Break for queen. Hey, we have time. It's just how much time? Guys, get up. Go do stuff. Oh man, the warden got revived. And it's a time fail. We have the power, we just don't have the time. Oh my gosh. All the heroes dying on the same tile makes it really confusing about how to revive. How to get them back up, you know? Dang, man. We needed that triple. We really needed the triple there. All right, how many more? 2 more. Man, I'm gonna be happy when this set's over. It's not that I don't enjoy the concept of the Monolith arrow. I just don't know that it's as powerful as it could be or impactful as it could be. Yeah. What's up, Night YouTube? How's it going, dude? How are you, brother? Welcome to the stream. So yeah, I just like, we leveled it. We did it for the content. This is definitely a piece of equipment that I would be willing to rip out in war, right? But I don't think I should be running this in Legend League unless I practice more and more and more, similar to the way I had to practice, you know, for hours and hours, set after set of Fireball Rocket Loons. Like, that was the most convincing promotion that I think I've ever had, was with Fireball Rocket Loons when I first promoted to Legend League. And with the Monolith Arrow, the equipment doesn't, it's not like you press the ability and you receive value, right? It doesn't do that. It doesn't, there's no active ability for this. It's all passive. So it's like, you have to open strong and you can't mess it up. And despite having damage reduction in the equipment, you still have to place her much more in harm's way than the Warden places himself, because the Warden has a longer range. What you think about the June update? Dude, I'm stoked for it. Honestly, I think the update, like the hero journey, looks amazing. I think that the new spell looks fun. I'm not crazy about the idea of the Rune Witch, though. I don't like the idea of having another spawning troop in the game. I think that it's either going to land as completely underwhelming to play, or it's going to land and people are going to break the game with it, and then they're going to have to, like, nerf it. Anything that is a spawner, they have to be extremely careful about how powerful it is. You can also think about it this way. Like, look at the Super Witch, right? Super Witch spawns a big boy, 4,100 hit points. Guess how much the max level Knight, what's it called? Rune Knight has 4,000 hit points at max rank. So the big boys only have 100 extra hit points. And with the Rune Witch, those Knights, you can spawn up to 8 of them if you play your cards right. So there is a bit of a caveat. I know that the mechanic lends itself to, to get the most out of it, you do have to play it with, with a little bit of IQ. If you put it down and it instantly dies, well, you only got 1 or 2 of the Knights out. They're not going to do a hell of a whole lot. But at the same time, like, spawners can be a slippery slope. So we'll have to see how it performs when it actually lands. Seen some attacks over the dev mode, and the Rune Witch is cracked. I mean, I've seen the sneak peek content, and I can't tell. I mean, it looks interesting, but generally speaking, I'm not a fan of spawning units. This is the 3rd time we've seen this base today. It is slightly different. There was a Revenge Tower on the bottom for the other style layout. Also, he has sweepers that are facing down. So while we could still break into the Revenge Tower compartment, our dragons are not going to be able to easily push from the direction that we want to. So we need to be careful about this. You have to poison its masthead hunters. All right, witch is out. There is a furnace, but that's live. Rage here. We can't let all the healers get fried, so unfortunately we do have to freeze. I don't like that we're not taking the Inferno Tower, by the way. We just have to leave. Okay, sure. I'm going to go ahead and break. Send the Duke through. We got the sweeper. We may have solved our problem. Now we do have the giant that can come out. Pop it now and actually totem once. Try to save the queen HP a little bit. Totem once here. I think we're looking okay. Okay. That goes off, so we're going to look to do it now. She going totem. I don't like the fact that he dipped down like that. Put one up there, one up there. Okay, we should be okay, I think. We still have a revive. Queen's up, but the healers are all dead. Okay, well, I need the prince to turn around. Like, brother, turn around. Thank you. All right, we have 30 seconds. Prince will go to Phoenix, and this is a triple. GG! Okay, so we did get that done. Ended up not even needing our final revive. So solid stuff there. You can check Summit's attack in dev mode. Bro, Night YouTube, if you're talking about a pre-release video, I can watch it. But if you're talking about someone that is like running a private server or has stolen something, I can't watch that. Do you think Meteor is good on the minion? Meteor is good on minion prince? Yes, absolutely. I mean, Meteor staff, I think, is fantastic for the prince. It's a lot of extra passive DPS that hits defenses, right? Until all the defenses are dead. And I've also I've had some attacks where it's helped me clean up because, like, say I somehow forgot to drop a cleanup troop and there's a building that's on the opposite side of the map, the Meteor staff can hit it and actually take it out before the troops make there, which is kind of fun. All right, we get one more hit. Okay, so you're saying no, he's a Supercell sponsor, content creator. Oh, okay, got it. All right, I'll have to check out Summit then and see what he's done. I just saw like Judo break down the mechanics of it, but I didn't see him like do example attacks where he like Judo didn't like show attacks where he like attempted to break the game with the Rune Witch. And yeah. Let's see, just upgraded Town Hall 15, looking for new armies. Any recommendations? Currently using Dragon Super Tribute to Clone Blade. Honestly, that's a very strong strategy. Roots at Town Hall 16 are extremely strong. But roots at Town Hall 15 are also strong. Like Rewriter's Valkyries, you know, you can open with a Invis charge for your RC, recall her, and then send healers with Root Rider's Valkyries. He used 2 Rune, which got 100% value from those 16 Knights. Yeah, I'll have to check it out, man. But here's, dude, content's coming to the game soon. Like, for all we know, it arrives tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, I would imagine we get it Tuesday. But I just like, I'm not like rushing to see something that's probably going to be in our hands almost immediately. All right, let's see. What did we do to this one last time? Oh, this is different. This is not the same. I think we'd be well served to come in behind one of the spitters. Maybe we... Okay, we're going to put the queen here. Interesting. I'm going to do that. Nice. Protect my baby dragon a little bit. Not too bad. We could come down, though. That would be better. Yeah. Okay. And then I'd like to break here. See if it makes it. You have to rage. See, even with the damage mitigation, like, she's still taking so much damage, man. And that kind of, it's driving me kind of crazy. Like, it's so much damage. Pop Queen's ability here. See if she's going to make it. Nah, of course I'm a dummy. All right, let's take that and then get her out so we don't lose all of our healers. Inferno goes down. Hey, we're okay with that. But now, since we did that, what we have to do is actually start this first so the headhunters don't kill us. It's a double furnace CC, or is it only a single furnace? Tome early. I will freeze once right there. We will redrop the queen here. Then for the Duke, I think duking like right here is good. Because now the Duke's going to fly to help the queen on the inner track. We need to try to keep the prince alive a little longer. Okay. Okay, well, this is getting scary, for sure. Man, the totem's not on the right side. Oh my god, this is a 1-star. Right? This is a 1-star. That sucks! I'm so mad, dude. This is about my luck with this army so far. The equipment, I would have been better off just spamming the base. Like, it just feels bad. It doesn't feel awesome. It feels too difficult. When other things, it doesn't feel strong enough for being a high skill cap piece of equipment. Right? High skill cap equipment means that when you implement it very, very well, it's strong, man. Oh, man, the impact is strong. I can't tell. I can't really feel that queen charge goes any differently without the Monolith arrow. I don't perceive the difference. It's not registering to me. And that is what bugs me the most about the equipment is that I can't feel the power the way I feel the power from the Warden Fireball. I feel the power from the Flame Blower. I feel the power from the Electrofangs. I feel the power from the Jetpack. I feel the power from the Spiky Ball. I feel the power from... what else? I feel the power from... the Meteor Staff. I feel the power from the Rocket Spear. This is so much more... it's much more ethereal. It doesn't immediately present as being like, oh man, the damage is crazy. It doesn't feel that way. Like, the bases that I called out as being this strong against are these open rings. Wait a minute, that's me. Where's my attack log? What do we hit here? Like, look, it's this style of base where this equipment just works. And when you think about it, you know, you could use a different piece of equipment and you might actually get away with it the exact same way. Like, I'm just charging the queen to cut one of the corners, pick her up, break her in to try to cut that corner out, which we get, right? And we hit a base similar shaped, 3 or 4 times today. And it's just not... The queen is still too frail to say, oh, that damage mitigation, it makes her harder to take down. I can't feel it quite like I feel other equipment. Still not convinced the magic mirror isn't better. I mean, they're 2 different use cases. Both, like, one's an active ability, one's a passive. I would hope that the passive would just be maybe a little stronger. If they're not making an active ability for this, right? Because if they made it into an active ability, what would they make it? They'd probably end up making a clone to, for example, the, where is it? The Invis Vial. Where you get empowered shots while she's invisible, right? So the empowered shots, I feel like if they made it to an active, it would end up mirroring too closely what the invisibility vial does. And that's just not really... That's duplicating equipment, right? So if they're going to make it a passive piece of equipment, I think it should be stronger. This is 2 full legend sets that I've done. I used it last week at level 24. This week I upgraded it, started using it. I use it for the entire set at level 27. I can't tell that this piece of equipment is that good. When I can scout the base and tailor the army, I can crush it with this thing. When I go to Legend League and I have to go with an objectively flexible composition that is supposed to be able to take on all layouts with reasonable accuracy, the arrow struggles. %20 damage mitigation while active or something. I feel like the damage mitigation should be stronger. Like, a little bit more. The extra damage feels like it's maybe in the right spot, but the damage mitigation, it doesn't make her more survivable, man. And I know that it's probably hard to tune when you have the lower town halls where the game just is so much easier. The defenses do not punish your heroes nearly as much. The higher town halls, though, multi-wizard tower, multi-archer tower, ricochet cannon, monolith, even your king goes down within a few moments, right? The queen is like a third of the HP, or less than that, I think. And she takes an insane amount of damage when you're trying to charge her. Look at that, 3,400. King is, yeah, she's a quarter of the HP. And that's before equipments. I don't think it makes the queen that much more survivable. I honestly don't. It's been 2 full legend sets. This is coming from someone that, for a long time, I queen charged everything. I used to queen charge everything. Quote unquote, back in my day, when Town Hall, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, when that was like the top of the game, right? Like, I queen charged everything. Literally everything. So it's not that I can't do a charge. It is so much harder to charge at Town Hall 18. Like, so much harder. If you miss a funnel and you don't have a recall, your queen charge gets shut down faster than you can blink. So if the equipment is supposed to protect her and make her a more give the queen greater viability as a charger, I understand that you have to be careful how you tune that, because the lower town halls, you can queen charge and it feels fine. At the higher town halls, that's where it starts to hurt. Modifiers just make queen charges feel really bad. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's the modifiers. But it really is, because there's so much multi-target defense on a Town Hall 18. Spitters. Revenge. 3 Inferno towers. 2 Super Wizard towers. multi-archer towers. These are all things that can shoot your healers. And we haven't even talked about the air defenses or the expos. Like, there's so much that can shut down a queen charge. She has to get a lot closer to things. She has to bring her healers with her, so the healers get closer to things. The warden, the reason why warden charging, I think, got so big at the higher town hall is because the warden approaches aggroes fewer defenses at a time because his range is longer. That's why warden charges work better at the higher town halls. He doesn't have to activate 4 defenses on the base simultaneously just to get into position to hit one of them. The queen does. She has to do that. So I'm not sold on this piece of equipment. It is something that people should be using in Legend League. You know, I'm waiting for someone to prove me wrong. I'm waiting for someone to say, you know, skill diff, learn to play kid. I would accept that if someone was like, look, if you just do it this way and like showed me how to do it, maybe I could start doing it. But this is like coming from someone that gave it a good old college try with not a whole lot of pointers for the past 2 weeks. I can tell you, I don't think it's amazing. I think it's interesting. I think this could stand to be tuned up a little bit at the top end. At the low end, leave it there or tone it down. At the top end, it deserves to be a little bit more powerful, in my opinion. Help the queen with a little bit more survivability. The damage, you could argue, is probably like okay, like where it is, but I think it's really the damage reduction that the queen needs to be able to charge. So anyways, I'll stop complaining about the video game. Let's pick a base to do our war attack on and make it happen. How is the set? Oh, we haven't even looked at the score yet. All right, so we ended on 1225. Our league history, last week we did 1038. So we did much better this week with a little bit more practice. But, you know, we're not anywhere near close to promotion, and I honestly didn't think so. I honestly did not anticipate that, given just the difficulty of the attack. It's difficult to do right and not mess up. Like, you want to hang on to be able to get one more defense, and that's where I'm like, the queen's supposed to be able to hang on longer, and she just doesn't. She dies through ability to a rage scatter shot kind of thing. That's what irritates me the most. But so set was okay. It went better than last week. We did, you know, about 200 more points. Definitely tripled more. We hit a few 1-stars in our set. Looks like 3. But did reasonably well on defense. Have held some 1-stars ourselves. And it seems like we've tripled more than we've been tripled. So, at least so far. There's still several hours left today where people could do that. But let's pick a base and finish off our day. See what this base looks like. All right, it's nice and open. We cannot Monolith Queen charge the logger ever. It does not work. This I'm not crazy about. Let's see about the next one. Let's see if they're running one of these like ridiculous like open this is sort of open, right? It's kind of open. Like, I would like to be able to get one of those multis out. Like, say I put the queen over here. Thing is, if I put the queen over there, we're not going to be able to drop our healers because the super wizard tower is going to completely nuke our healers. And we can't really shade them either direction because of the way this expo is. So that's actually a no-go. It looks like this corner we could get away with some shenanigans trying to break into, get that multi. But it'd be hairy, right? Like, these buildings are tightly packed next to each other, so she's likely to walk, not actually take the turn in. Which is concerning, right? Let's see what's next in line. See if there's something else. Let's just take a peek. It's an interesting core right there. This one would be really good for a giant arrow backpack combination because of how much stuff he's put in the center. Could hit a simple arrow through his hero hall and be able to hit Monolith, Revenge, multi-target Inferno, both spell towers. You know, you could argue, let's see. Yeah, 4-Quake setup could probably get us a lot here. But the point is to use the Monolith arrow if possible. That's an identical layout. You guys need to get better. All right, we've seen this base. This base does exceedingly well versus like throwers. Because it's double rage setup. Fireball Rocket Loons wrecks this. Can we queen charge this, though? That's the question. Is a queen charge a possibility? If we attempt to put healers down, the Revenge Tower would smoke the healers with the queen. So we can't do that. Let's see what Chapo's doing here. Let's see what he picked. Little Dookie Duke charge here. Logger's activated. He's just going to nuke out his logger. Alright, so he does lose the Fox, but does have invis spells. Man, that Ice Hound is not a great thing for the Duke to see here. So he's just going to use the Ice Hound as a chain point. And he's going to invis here. Invises the Ice Golem. But he still chases the dang thing! Brother! That is so tragic. King's placed down here. At least Queen's got enough help. Okay, where's your Warden? Hello? Okay. Comes the Warden. Is there a heroic torch on this? There it is. Queen did not really do enough, but because of the overgrowth, it looks like he was planning to go this direction anyway. Okay. Another wall break. I don't know if that was the place to drop the third wall break. Still has to get in here, right? He has the double revive. It is kind of concerning that those spitters are both going to be cross-firing on him. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Oh my god, the Giga Bomb went off too. This is flirting with a fail. But to his credit, he does have... Oh wow, the drill's still up. Okay. Gives a super miner in the CC. Warden revived? Does he don't even get the oh my gosh. Duke, you have to do Duke things. Revive something. There we go. Okay, he gets it. That was hairy, bro. That got hairy towards the end. All right. That's an interesting thing right there. I kind of want to give this one a shot. Just charge at his revenge tower to start. Oh, the bounces I think hit my healers though. So I think I have to rage early if I'm going to do that. Up here, we could get away with this. Down here, I think we have to rage instantly. I think I see the plan. I go for the revenge tower with my queen. I will attempt to break here. And then I want to, once I finish my value here, I want to pick up. I want to go down here. Okay, I see the range on that. I want to pick up, go down here, and try to clear this out. The dragons, like, we want to get the sweeper, right? But the dragons we want, I think I want to send for the town hall. The Duke... Maybe we send the Duke in for the multi-gear cannon. And then he lands over here by this stuff. Gigabomb, all that. And then he would work along the trash ring here. Get into the final sweeper in the air defense eventually. Okay, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a whirl. All right, we cannot drop our healers right away. I think we have to put the queen down and instantly rage. Let's go. Does she come down or does she go in? She comes down and she goes back. Actually, I like this. This is better, right? We're not going to go crazy deep as to trigger the CC. Come. Let's get her out. Okay, come down here like this. Let queen work for another 15 seconds or so. Establish the funnel for the dragons. We're chilling. Okay. Pick that air defense for me. Or don't and be a troll. I didn't mean to put him down there. But we'll throw anyway. Tome now. CC's out. I'm going to poison you and totem you. Okay, queen's helping a little bit, but the pathing is slightly awkward. Let's see if we can get this to trip up top. Let's see what he does. I think we're moving fine here. It looks a little wild, but it doesn't look terrible. Okay, let's overgrowth here. Now, just clear out the rest of it first, because we have all the time in the world. Yeah, this is fine. We have the double revive. You can even go ahead and revive the prince for giggles. I will break the wall there again for giggles. We'll get ready to freeze. Like this. Totem you. Queen. And it's GG. Ripped it up. Okay. Easy mode. Got it. All right, we put the stars on the board. All right, let's get one more attack in. We'll call it quits for today. I will quickly scout another village here. I've just been looking for something that would be susceptible to what we're doing with the arrow. That is a little weak. I'm not going to be the one to hit that if I can help it. For honor. What was this again? Okay, so this is another one where I was considering going for a break. Something else that I'm seeing here is we could... Okay, with this, he's got a long shot, so it's not a logger. We could, in theory, go for the logger at the start. Like, try to kill his logger. Or not his logger. Try to kill his long shot. And we would also be able to lure the CC and deal with it. I think the Dragon Duke would be well served to go through the core and remove some sweepers for me. So, like, if I took the Dragon Duke ability through the air defense, I might be able to clip that sweeper, and then we could attack with our dragons over here like this. The Queen, I can pick her up. I mean, she could just like, well, we don't want her to be in the face of that. Basically, once we get the air defense, what I'm thinking is pick her up and redrop her like right here in front of the laboratory so that she's behind the spitter fire with the healers. And we could even break here to give her the option of going after the multi. So her job is going to be to handle like 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. That's sort of the overall ask for the Queen. And then the Dragon Riders, my plan is to send them like over here to be able to handle this side of the base. But again, I'd like to come behind the spitter. So, okay. I have my plan. Let's make sure we get our troops. We're locked and loaded. All right, let's do it. Queen's going to go down in front of the workshop. Then we'll look to probably Baby Dragon the Archer Tower. See how that goes. All right, let's do it. He sees me already, which is kind of cool. It's ice golems. She gets NATO'd, which is different. Good poison. Hit literally the whole caboodle, which is amazing. Okay, and she's going to come up this way. We want to take the air defense and remember our redrop for the Queen. So now the CC is a non-issue. Can we get the air defense down before the invis goes off? Yes. Can we take this? Yes. I mean, if we're going to kill heroes in the process, we'll kill heroes. Okay. We lose some healers. We lose a healer. All right. We have to go like this. And then redrop right here like this. So we don't lose healers. All right. And here we wanted to go for our Duke. Like that. We got the bottom side sweeper, but not the top. Not what I wanted. Don't forget our break. Don't forget our dragons. Okay, and we go like this now. Revenge Tower goes down. W. Good stuff. Queen has not been raged yet, so we can rage the queen. And also look to break. Totem, totem. It's looking very strong, though. I will do that now because we catch the multi-gear. We caught his Inferno Tower with that. I'm going to go ahead and drop all 3 of those loons in there. And it's ripped, boys. We got a lot of spells left over. Sell the base back to GameStop. Also, our siege didn't even come open. Yeah, there we go. GG. What's up? As Knight 21. How's it going, brother? GG. Okay, so we managed to find... See, war, it's like, you can look at a base, you can be like, is this a good base for this? And say yeah. Or, no, it's not. I'll pick another base. Can't do it in Legend League. That's the overall lesson that I've learned about the Monolith era over the past 2 weeks. Full transparency. This week we ended at 1225. We still have some defenses to take, so theoretically the score could go up even a little bit more. But last week we ended at 1038. So we did about 200 better trophies with a little bit more experience, tweaking the army a little bit. We did do better. But what I can confidently say overall is that it is not a very flexible piece of equipment. The equipment, at least as it stands, is better used for war. I think that the damage reduction on the equipment could stand to be buffed a little bit, but only for the top levels, so that Town Hall 17s and 18s, specifically Town Hall 18s, can get a little bit of relief from just the brutal assault of the Town Hall 18 defenses. It doesn't seem to be something that just you use and, oh man, I feel the power, I feel the impact. I don't necessarily perceive that. But it's an interesting concept, and one that, you know, maybe if they buff it a little bit, it could definitely do better. We'll have to see how the use rates are, because usually it's use rates that dictate whether or not people use equipment. It is not necessarily win rates, but usage rates, right? If something's used a lot, it means people feel good about it. And they need that data over a period of time, like not just the release when everyone's like, well, everyone's going to play it because it's new, but over time, like maybe people unlocked it, played it for 2 weeks, and then stopped using it. That's data that suggests that it's not performing as well as it could, right? Or it's not as easy to use. It's a combination of not performing as well as it could, and perhaps not as easy to use as other equipment, which is perceived to be more powerful and easier to use, right? So that's going to do it. I'd say if you haven't played with the Monolith Arrow yet, you should try it. Should you put ore into it right away? I think there are other epic equipments for the Queen and for other heroes that are going to be stronger and more flexible for things like Legend League and ranked battles. But I think it's interesting. And that's where I'll leave it. I guess it's fun. It's something different, right? But yeah, guys, the update, I'm guessing, is coming out in the next day or two. I don't know. You guys, if you haven't seen the sneak peek content, the hero journey is going to be amazing for free-to-play progression. You'll be able to get a bunch of conversion ore and rewards when the update drops. So if you're a higher Town Hall, you'll have most of the hero journey unlocked right off the rip, which should give you a ton of ore and books, which are going to help with some of the new hero levels that are being released in Town Hall 18. remember, they're releasing level 110 Archer Queen, level 110 King, and level 85 Warden. So 5 levels on each of those are being released when the update drops. There's going to be a new troop, the Rune Witch, and the Angry Spell, which is, I think that is the most interesting part of the update, aside from the hero journey, which I think is just massive quality of life improvement. But yeah, I'm interested to use the Angry Spell because the way the Angry Spell works is the functionality of it essentially removes the need to put on the Angry Jelly. Right? You give a temporary Angry Jelly effect to heroes and troops that walk through the spell for a brief period of time, make them defense targeting. I think that's actually a really cool mechanic. But guys, that's going to do it. I'll be catching y'all live tomorrow. I am going to be a little bit later going live tomorrow because I do have to do I'm getting paid to observe another we're basically everyone that's teaching the music summer camp with me. We're all required to go observe one of the other teachers teach at least once during the summer. So I'm going to go ahead and knock that out at the beginning of the summer just to say I did it. We get paid to do it too, so that's kind of nice. I just don't have to show up randomly and not get paid. I do get paid for observing another teacher. So I will be live a little bit later than usual tomorrow. I'm thinking I'll probably be live around like 3 instead of 2 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Eastern instead. That's going to do it. Much love, guys. Good luck in your clan wars and the end of your ranked tournament this week. Hopefully you get that promotion that you've been looking for. I'll catch you later. Peace.